welcome to a Gen Con preview, I suppose. Today we're with Columbia Games, and this is Tom Dalgliesh. He's the head honcho here at Columbia Games, does a lot of the game design, and today we're going to take a look at Combat Infantry. And Grant and I were able to play this. We demoed it, and we played a full scenario. It was a really fun tactical block war game. So we sat down with Tom, and we're going to ask a few questions about the design of the game. So Columbia does a lot of block war games.
True.
What kind of drew you to doing a tactical World War II war game?
This has been in our design locker for 20 years. It just takes, it's such an obvious thing to do because fog of war is critical to tactical combat in World War II. And we thought, well, we got to do this, but it somehow always got delayed and pushed on, and another game came along. But finally, we got a slot. I found the time to do it, and here it is.
So, in the base game, you have the Americans and the Germans. So this is primarily this late war.
Late war, 44, 45.
West front.
Mainly positioned to be Normandy and Normandy. The maps reflect the terrain of Normandy.
And so the maps we played on, it was kind of a map. How's the map going to look like in the retail version of the game?
How do you mean, how's it going to look?
Is it going to be tiles that you put together, or is it kind of a few different
Well,
map sheets you get?
they are geomorphic. The base game will have two maps this size, and they do fit together. And then each expansion will have maps that will fit to these maps. So,
okay, so you'll be able to put a lot together eventually.
Eventually, you could have a board as big as this roof.
As far as the combat system goes, like you said, the fog of war is very, very thick, and we had a fun time. You move your platoons around and moving and shooting. What were some things that went into kind of putting that together to keep the combat system fast-paced and simple?
Well, about 10 years ago, we did a game called Gettysburg. Gettysburg had a lot of this command control type stuff in it. And we learned from that there were some things that you couldn't do. Like at one level, we used to have a battalion commander.
Okay.
And so he would be commanding the company commanders, and the company commanders would be doing, But eventually we realized that there were some things that would be better to streamline. So here we're down to essentially the level of a battalion. Each game is three companies. Turns out an American battalion and a German battalion is vice symbols. They copy the Americans copy the Germans. And so command control is a big part of this game, unlike most other games. Most other games just let you do most anything you want. Here you've got to keep your act together, you've got to keep your units together. If you don't, it'll be chaos. You'll have to start making morale rolls everywhere.
We ran into that very quickly because you'll have a platoon commander with usually anywhere from 3 to 4 blocks within his platoon, and you try to travel on the roads because that's easiest to move with, and so you create some log jams with movements, or you'd have to spread out into the wild terrain, which costs a lot of movement to do. So we ran into that kind of whole, and I ran my tanks up really far, and then it was that far, and it was a big mess. There's some really fun stuff about even just moving your units around.
Right.
You mind talking us through kind of some of the
attention Gen Con attendees, come take a time to celebrate.
Right. Well, the movement is pretty standard. It's by no means innovative. Each block has a movement value. This is 5. It's 5 movement points, and when you cross different terrain hex sites, it consumes points. So the road consumes 1, which is easy. But a clear hex side without a road consumes 2, and so on. The woods is 3. the thing about it that's a little different is unlike most games of this kind, although it's not new to Colombia. Colombia, almost all our war games use the concept of hexes and hex sides are different. In other words, you can have a woods, if you want to look here, you can have a woods hex because there's a white dot in the center that defines it as a hex. This is a woods hex side, so is that, so is that. But this is a clear hex side. And we make a distinction because if you're located in this particular hex, you can shoot 2 units through that hex side, but you can only shoot 1 through a woods hex side. And a lot of people are having trouble with that if they haven't played our games before. It's alien. Normally, the hex is a hex, and all the terrain in the hex is the same. Here we've got quite a bit of subtlety going on. And, for example, now this particular hex is essentially woods, but it's got a town hex side, it's got a river hex side, it's got a river bridge hex side, so, and they're all a little different.
That's something that we played Richard III, where the hex sides limited how many units you could move in. So if you had a huge army, you couldn't just move it all into the next box. You'd end up having to spread them out, and then you'd attack with the main force. And these guys wouldn't come in until later in the round, so you'd furiously try and survive this combat. And that we noticed this kind of thing. You really had to plan out where you were moving and how you were trying to get as many guys into an assault as possible. It's fascinating.
This one isn't quite as good in that sense, but yes, you do have to plan it. And what we find happens is a good example would be, let's see, can we get a... So here we have a squad. This actually it's not quite correct. That would make it. Where's the A3? Can you find an A3 for me? There it is. So this represents a platoon, right? This is the leader, A3, and these are the A3 squads. This is like Company A, platoon, the 3rd platoon. So let's say you want to attack into this town. But you can't get them all in there. So what you got to do actually is, it's not a particularly good example, but let's imagine that this is blocked off and you simply can't go there at all. To go into this town, only two units can attack in there, but you've got 3 stacked up here, so what do? Well, you do a little classic move and fire. You fire 1 unit, which you can do, and roll the dice and resolve that, and if you get a hit, that's good, and then you can assault with 2. And so there's a lot of movement and firing going on, and there's a very subtle thing that takes place, which is, let's imagine that you want to attack these people. Normally, when you come adjacent, you must stop. However, in this game system, if you send 1 in to hold the hex, now you've made it a friendly. Because it's friendly, you can jump in.
And that's something that we loved about this game, where it's both fast and furious. You move in, it's lots of combat. New productions, you take your hits very quickly. But there's also these great nuances, and the game has a lot of detail in it like that. So when can people expect to get this at retail?
It'll be shipping to Kickstarter. It was funded on Kickstarter, and it'll be shipping to Kickstarter back at first. And we're hoping to get it done the first 2 weeks of September.
Yes, so that's coming soon. Ish. Everything's in flux. But I appreciate you sitting down and taking the time to explain some of this game to us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for asking.
You're very welcome. This is Combat Infantry from Columbia Games, coming to a store near you soon. I'm Alexander from theplayers.com.